This Avalanche Safety Report is brought to you by Mountain TV. Watch Mountain TV anywhere with our free Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV apps. Learn more at mtn-tv.com.
Mountain TV with our exclusive Colorado Avalanche Information Center update with Mike. Mike, how goes it? Good to see you.
It's going good, Scott. It's great to be with you again.
Yeah, thanks for hopping in. Springtime in the air here, springtime in Colorado. Temperatures getting a little bit warmer, but avalanche danger really not decreasing, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So we're moving into the weekend with moderate avalanche danger.
Okay.
We have a storm that's moving out of the area on Friday, and then some more storms on tap Sunday, and then early into next week. So that's really what's going on, and we don't expect a decrease in the avalanche danger here for a little bit.
And that, Mike, affects for our viewers who are watching. You talk a lot about easterly facing peaks or southerly facing peaks. Explain what you mean by that.
Sure. Yeah. So we've been seeing quite a bit of avalanche activity, as you can see on this avalanche rose here on east, southeast, and south facing aspects. And that's really from a crust facet layer, so a weak layer that formed around a crust earlier in the month. And now we're getting snow on top of that weak layer, and it's getting loaded. And so we're seeing avalanches on top of that weak layer. And we expect this to continue through these next couple of storms. That weak layer is slowly starting to stabilize and strengthen, but it's not completely gone in a lot of these places.
And Mike, I know that as we get into April, temperatures start to rise. We've had some warm temperature days already throughout Colorado. I'm sure some people think that makes avalanche danger, less, that conditions are better. Is that accurate, or is that just not quite true?
No, it can definitely stabilize the snowpack, and it does that slowly as water percolates through the top part of the snowpack, and then we get cold nights and it freezes. Right. The problems that we really need to worry about are on the warm, sunny days. When we have the sun starting to hit easterly facing aspects much earlier in the day, temperatures are warm, the sun's higher in the sky, we have direct sun on these slopes, and then throughout the day it moves around to southerly facing aspects and eventually westerly facing aspects. And we'll see wet activity on those aspects as that happens. Most of the time, this activity is pretty small. It's usually confined to the surface snow that gets wet and slides out of steep places, especially steep rocky places. But depending on how these weak layers strengthen in the snowpack, if the water reaches these weak layers, we can get much larger avalanches on those weak layers.
And Mike, are you guys finding that conditions continue to be variable around Colorado, that it might be a little bit better here and a little bit worse in this part of the state? Does that kind of hold true as we get into these spring days?
There's definitely areas where the snowpack is less deep, which is making it a little bit more dangerous. So kind of areas east of Crested Butte into the Saguache Range and kind of pushing up into the Breckenridge area have a thinner snowpack. Areas further to the west have a really deep, pretty strong snowpack, except for these surface layers, which can get wet. So it depends a little bit on the depth of the snowpack and where the weak layers are in the snowpack to what's going to happen here in the spring.
Okay, guys, and the website for CAAC is a great website. It's constantly updated. Give us a quick highlight before we let you go, Mike, on some features that people can find on the website when they go check it out.
Yeah, definitely check out colorado.gov/avalanche. You'll see on our homepage the Tier 1 avalanche danger, so the highest danger that these areas are going to reach. And then if you click into the area that you want to travel, you'll see dangers by elevation band. So below tree line, near tree line, above tree line. And then if you dig a little bit deeper, you'll see some text products about what the forecasters are expecting, areas to avoid, areas that might be a little bit safer, and then some imagery at the bottom showing kind of things that have been happening in the snowpack.
Okay, sounds great, Mike. We really appreciate you popping in. We'll do another update in a week or so. Be safe out there, guys. Enjoy these warmer temperature days, but stay vigilant.
Right on. We look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Mike, thanks so much.
You can always stay up to date with the latest forecast at colorado.gov/avalanche. Enjoy the backcountry and be sure to stay safe out there and alert.